How to Become Committed to Success and Happiness with Atomic Habits by James Clear. Okay, from this day onwards, I'll set my life straight, I'll be a better man, I'll be disciplined. Such were the words of almost every man at one time in their life, maybe even yours. But did you stay true to them? Yeah, I'm guessing not. But have you ever wondered why that is? Why after such rush of motivation and commitment, you suddenly revert to the lazy olden days? Pay attention, because this book has the answer. Hello, and welcome back to Habits of Wealth. Today, we will share noteworthy takeaways from James Clear's book and show you how you can succeed with atomic habits. But before we begin, let me tell you that more life-changing advice is on the way, so make sure you subscribed. Now let's begin. Oftentimes, the human brain tricks us into leaving useful habits due to lack of obvious results. However, do you know that these small habits can actually turn out to give you remarkable results if you just continue doing them regularly? If not, then Atomic Habits by James Clear has gotten it sorted out for you. In this book, James excellently elaborates the impact of tiny habits on one's career. Atomic Habits is both psychologically and practically perfect to explain how our small steps can have long-term effects on our life. The book continuously focuses on the idea that one's goal should not be winning a game and figuring out what to do next. In fact, our main purpose should be being consistent with our small habits and enjoying the process. As James Clear says, the purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. James Clear helps us understand how we can make these atomic habits fun and satisfying. How to make time for new habits. We often plan on developing a new habit, but end up forgetting it. It happens naturally because we aren't used to those habits in our daily life. Now the question is, how do you get used to these habits? Well, by making them obvious by adjusting them to your life. For this purpose, you need to set a specific time for your new habit in your daily routine. True behavior change is identity change. You might start a habit because of motivation, but the only reason you'll stick with one is that it becomes part of your identity. For example, if you want to become a painter, buying paints will not help you. Instead, you have to take out time to paint regularly. For this purpose, you can make your new habit obvious by setting a proper time. If you are determined to paint at 8 p.m., there is no way you will forget to paint the next day. In this way, you make it a part of your identity by adjusting it into your life. How to design your environment to make success easier. You don't have to be the victim of your environment. You can also be the architect of it. In order to make your success easier and more obvious, you need to live in an environment that constantly reminds you of your habit. A person who wants to read books can place books in his environment. If he sets 2 to 3 books in every part of his house, he will quickly be reminded by his environment and his habit will become automatic. The environment works as an excellent cue and helps build your habits strongly. You succeed remarkably when you have an environment that initiates the response. How to overcome a lack of motivation and willpower. Imagine the dopamine rush you get at first sight of your favorite snack. It's obvious you just can't resist snacking on it once you've seen it. The same is the spirit. You need to overcome lack of motivation for your new habit. Dopamine spikes. According to James, once you've developed a cue for a new habit, you need to associate a temporary reward with it for a dopamine rush. You can definitely reward yourself with something that gives you pleasure after completing your task. Group influence. Oh gosh, I hate being a couch potato and reading this boring book to develop the habit of reading. Changing your habits often requires you to change your tribe. It's hard to go against the group. When you surround yourself with people who are consistent with their hobbies, they inspire you to stay consistent with your habits too. You can join a relevant community to keep yourself on track and systematic with your new hobby. 2-minute rules. Lacking the willpower to do something? Well, overcome it with James Clear's 2-minute rule. The rule asks you to perform your new habit for 2 minutes daily. 2 minutes might seem useless at first, but remarkably helps you get out of a slump. How to get back on track if your habits break down. The bad days are more important than the good days. If you write, exercise, meditate, cook, whatever, when you don't feel like it, then you maintain the habit. And if you maintain the habit, then all you need is time. The instant regret one feels after falling off a new habit is unmatchable. However, you need not worry about it since the 4th law of atomic habits makes it remarkably satisfying for you. According to James Clear, you can do certain things to get back on track if your habit breaks down. Find an accountability partner who keeps you on track. You owe them some money every time you break your habit. Buy yourself a habit tracker. Habit contract is one of the most effective ways to keep yourself on track when falling off your habit. According to it, you need to punish yourself if you don't keep yourself on track and reward yourself if you do. How to overcome the plateau of latent potential. Those who love the process end up with the results naturally. Those who worship only the results end up with nothing. Each one of us holds similar goals in one way or another. The scary truth is that only a few of us achieve our goals. That sounds unfair, no? James Clear continuously focuses on the idea of identity, not goal. It is the only way to overcome latent potential since no one achieves goals in only one go. Those who are consistent with their plan are the ones who earn it. However, those who leave their dreams because they can't overcome latent potential are the ones who achieve nothing. So that concludes our tips for this video. Did you learn something life-changing? Let me know in the comments. We have good news for you if you want to explore more thoughtful tips by James Clear and stick to your atomic habits. You can subscribe to his free email course and receive 3 emails every month. You can also download a free PDF of his book from his website or follow him on Twitter for motivational content.